Welcome back to Fox 5's On the Hill Live this Sunday morning. We have seen protests over the weekend from D.C. residents who are opposing President Trump's takeover of D.C. and his attack on the city's autonomy and home rule. How did we get here? I want to welcome in D.C. Council Chair Phil Mendelson this morning. Obviously, this has been an historic week. This has been a tumultuous week. Were you surprised by this? The mayor said she wasn't surprised by the takeover.
I think we can be both, surprised and not surprised. So the attacks on home rule are not new, but the extent of what happened, especially over the course of the week, was very disturbing. And it was harmful to the city because what people hear around the country is the city is the worst in terms of crime in the world, not just the United States. And that's scary to people, and that hurts business, that hurts economic activity. And we know that factually that's not correct.
Was the triggering event for this the carjacking or the attempted carjacking of the individual who used to work for Elon Musk's Doge?
Well, I don't want to try to get in the head of the president, so I don't know if that's what the triggering event was. I mean, I've heard a lot of explanations, a distraction to try to change what the news is, but I think the bottom line is that the district has a different status vis-a-vis the federal government than any other city or state. We are a federal district under the Constitution, and so the federal government has the ability to do things with the district that they can't do anywhere, and that's historical. I mean, the first emancipation under Abraham Lincoln was in the district, not the Emancipation Proclamation. Things can happen in the district that can't happen, that the federal government can't do elsewhere.
How concerned are you right now about the larger question of a home rule? Because there is currently legislation in the House and the Senate right now, co-sponsored between Senator Mike Lee and Congressman Andy Ogles, which would end home rule. Could that happen?
Well, I'm very concerned. At the same time, I don't want to be alarmist. I think that the senator and the congressman don't know what they're asking. Running a $21 billion government, taking over entirely. The federal government didn't do a good job when they had control for a century. The government needs to be much more connected to the citizenry it governs, and that's a tall order. On the other hand, there's no question we've seen an erosion, increasing attacks on the district and its self-governance, and so that is concerning.
A lot of talk has gone on about the 2023 crime spike, but there was something that took place before the crime spike that got a lot of attention and not in a good way to the district, which the council was very involved in. It was the revision of the criminal code in 2022, which critics said reduced penalties, got rid of some sentencing, and was just too soft on crime to the point where Democrats and then President Biden overturned the entire thing, despite the fact that the mayor had vetoed it. The council overruled her veto. Was that a mistake? Did that help put you on this road to where you are right now?
Well, I do think that that controversy hurt the district in terms of its members of Congress feeling emboldened to attack the district. I disagree with regard to the merits. I think actually the criminal code reform strengthened our criminal code, but it's very easy to demagogue public safety and crime. It's very easy to do that, and you can cherry pick a particular crime and say, oh look, they reduced the maximum sentence from 47 years, which nobody ever got, to 25 years, which most people weren't getting. So it's a fraught issue, but you know, public safety has always been a top issue for the federal government.
As the council chair, you occupy a position where you have to deal big picture and with individuals who are on that council. Some of them are to the left of you, some of them might be a little bit to the right of you. Moving forward, does this council need to keep an eye on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue with the knowledge that anything you do could trigger another response like what we've seen over the last couple of days?
I think the council and the mayor, I think the whole government needs to keep an eye on the federal government and be as cooperative as we can, while at the same time drawing a line with regard to autonomy and the home rule we have. You know, the home rule we have is limited. It's not entire. We don't appoint our judges. In fact, the president does. And right now there are 15 vacancies. One of those vacancies on the Court of Appeals is over 10 years. So it's not just President Trump. It's his predecessors. The federal government needs to appoint our judges.
We have heard over and over again that the violent crime rate is down 30%. Do you feel that the White House is giving the nation accurate numbers about where violent crime is in D.C.?
With regard to the press conference last Monday, no. It's a manufactured crime crisis. There's no question that there's more crime than there should be. And if you compare our murder rate with other cities, it's higher than it needs to be. On the other hand, U.S. News and World Report put out a list of top 25 worst cities for crime. We didn't even make the list. There are many ways to measure it. It's the lowest in the district in over 30 years.
Phil Mendelson is the chair of the D.C. Council. We're going to continue this conversation over on our streaming network, Fox Local. For now, we want to thank you for taking part of your Sunday out and joining it with us.